one left in line. Goodbye. Okay, now before we get too far, I have to go over this.
Excitement and an experience like no other.
The original walking tour ended. In the 1960s, under the leadership of company and Jay Stein, the idea of reviving a tour of the studio returned with concrete walls around the edges and insulated patio, where we're driving in between the studio and the theme park. Mario and Luigi, the stars of our biggest film of 20.
Even to a palatial mansion in Bel Air.
Mostly in the sound stages off to the right. Cena, they used those sound stages. Was used for filming a scene from the Oscar. You can now stream Oppenheimer on Peacock. CJ News.
In the early days of now, they're used as offices where some of Hollywood
versus Lopez and St. Denis Medical.
We're about to cross the imaginary boundary onto the back lot.
All that we need sometimes to show background in Poem 2 and for Bruce Almighty. Now this is a very film
to the courthouse square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represent...
Great Scott, it's time to go back to the future. This famous line, along with Isn't It a Dreamboat, were uttered right here at Courthouse Square, aka Hill Valley, from 1985's Back.
Are considerably newer, redesigned and rebuilt in 2008. Before that, this area was home to a studio tour classic.
1986 until 2000. So, and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. The tram, so close you could feel his hot banana breath.
Now, in our Metro sets, we've also created. Sorry, Jack, you're absolutely right. Now, in our Metro sets, we courses for American Ninja Warrior, which is on Mondays on NBC. These sets can they've become downtown Los Angeles, the streets of Chicago.
It's the original King Kong, but to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, you just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island. Okay, glasses on everybody. We're back at Skull Island.
This ring represents where the screen is 10.
Classic Creature from the Black Lagoon, which filmed here on our lot. It's a part of our legacy of horror films and monster movies that stretches from Dracula in 1931 to the upcoming Paramount picture. The star of the movie, Charlton Heston, made an appearance to part the waters for our guests. The glamour tram can drive right through the lake and give everyone on board a seat. Now,
Struck are dead.
Cool.
This ever seen this? You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place. Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Now, in these cobblestone streets, one of my favorite movie musicals was also filmed, Rush, Hammerstein, Cinderella, starring Brandy, Whitney Houston, Victor Garber, will be to the fictional country of Genovia for the Princess Diaries, starring Anne Hathaway, Chris Pine, and the legendary Julia. A parade of orphans through the street, and Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway plays. Over to the right, that is where the Court of Miracles was. Little Europe is where the birth of the Universal Monsters came into presence on our Little Europe sets. My favorite vampire who's been out here was by David Boreanaz. So in most scenes where there have been a couple through seasons 1 through 3. It's the earthquake attraction that stood on this part of the lot for decades. We've made way for this new, unrivaled, state-of-the-art sound stage that is already in high demand. We've made arrangements with production to travel through the elephant doors to see what's happening on the inside of this stage. But because they're allowing us this special privilege, we do need to remain seated at all times and keep those arms and legs inside the vehicle. This set has been decorated for a highly anticipated production. It's Hollywood's only 2-level soundstage. The first floor is decorated like a subway station. So this is a hot set, meaning it's completely decorated. It is locked for picture and ready for the director to call action. Okay, that's on. We're not supposed to be filming in here. I didn't mean action. Tour guide, so that seems strange. Just survived quake, the big one. The attraction originally opened 35 years ago in 1989 and just reopened this spring for our 60th anniversary with a complete Hollywood makeover, updating all of the props and movie-making equipment, bringing the set into the 21st century. Our attraction was inspired by the 4th of July, Amity Resort Town, until they were terrorized by a great white shark. And they will be open for the summer season. He told me to remind you that amity means friendship. Oh, and my friend George is going to be watching over the waters just in case there are any more sharks that might be coming straight towards us. Oh no, that shark is much larger than the one we caught. George, where are you? George, can you get out of the water now? Go back in that boat. That'd be a good idea. George. George! Okay, everyone, just remain calm and seated as we make our way across the dock to safety. There's been the yellow barrel, so hopefully the shark will pay attention to that. Leave us alone on the side of the flammable gas tanks. Kids, you just know it's just box out. He's holding on to something with Hawaiian punch in his pockets, but he never listens to me. Shark, it kind of is. Our verse is the inspiration for Disney's animated verse in Finding Nemo. He's also swim the backstroke. Jaws has been a fan favorite on the studio tour since 1976. Next year, the movie Jaws will be celebrating its 50th anniversary. Filming. Now we're heading into a classic attraction here on the.
To demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968. Flash flood.
Thank you for bringing the rain out on this beautiful day. Now we create this rain effect using high power sprinklers that shoots the water straight up into the air, and then we have a technique called gravity, which lets it fall down looking like a real rainstorm. In the early days of filming, rain was much harder to see, but we have perfected it throughout the years. And our cameras have gotten much better, so they can really pick up those minute details. We need more than just water for a rainstorm. We need some ambiance, some sound effects, the rumbling of the thunder, the strobe lighting effects, and we've created the perfect storm. That's our flash flood. No big fat liar. Sorry for keeping it as a band of mine, but apology on mine. You can't run the wall, man! Yeah, we'll see about that. The drier side, refilmed movies like Three Amigos and Nacho Libre is its own little town. That came in handy when filming the western on these streets. But how could you do that if each production was right here on this area of the lot? So most of the sets here in Six Points are facades. So they're just fronts and points area for filming two non-western films. He was the one who brought the Jaws attraction to our backlot.
The Jaws ride, and the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is envisioned and created.
So welcome to the crash set site of From War of the Worlds. Large-scale sets like this have been on part of this. Destroyed the suburban neighborhood for the film. It was Site B for Jurassic Park 3. Prior to that, it served as the whimsical Whoville for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Right after every shoot, we make sure to up and get a close-up look at these iconic sets.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Stephen had.
Robbie, get in. Get in.
On your right is a set that has been a visit to the Prop Plaza where guests disembark for once-in-a-lifetime photos and to interact with 60th anniversary. We've brought that opportunity back. To continue your tour, simply follow the signs. You'll be boarding a different tram with a brand new studio guide. So remember to gather up all your belongings. including those 3D glasses. You'll need them when you get back on the tour. As you disembark, please walk towards the front of the tram. Have fun. If you get lost, look for anybody in blue.
So remember to gather all your personal belongings, your 3D glasses, and all your people in your group. Now this is a fun experience. Yesterday was our first day for the 60th anniversary. We're only doing it for the 60th anniversary, so once those doors open,
until the studio tour ambassador tells you it is okay to cross. Now for this one, it's going to be a little to the right, so the group gates are open. Again, remain on the asphalt until those gates are completely open. I know, you want to finish that tour.
Our driver is Robert. Everyone say hi, Robert. We'll be driving for about 15 to 20. Is private property, so if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated.
I remember going to Universal Studios seeing the Jaws ride. One of my favorite movies of all time.
We said yes, so I'm going to bring him back on screen to tell you a little bit more about Jupiter's Claim.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well. Remember that one? No? But a little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of a UFO hotspot.
Sound could trigger an avalanche, and it always did, causing the walls to spin and guests to tilt along with the Hollywood special effect. But these days, it's the Fast and the Furious attraction, and I'm about to cast each and every one of you in that movie. Let me catch you up on the plot. One of you here is a witness. You've witnessed something that the fugitive, and they've graciously allowed us to hide out right here in Sullivan's garage. So for the last time, a quick reminder, stay seated, keep your arms and legs. This is probably a part of the plan and they just forgot to tell me about it earlier because I would have worn something cuter if I had known. I mean, look at that skirt, wow. So friends, we're gonna sit tight and the FBI is here. Never mind, don't listen to me.
I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.